Hey there! Welcome to Sneaking in the Green Room. I'm your host, Andrew Kushner, and each week I get the pleasure of sitting down with some of Portland's funniest comedians. Hell, let's be honest, these are some of the country's funniest comedians, and today I got a special one. Man, this guy not only has the greatest name in all of Portland comedy, he is a pillar. He is, just an amazing comedian that makes me laugh. He's one of my favorites. He is Mr. Sean Connery.
Hey, thanks for having me on the thing.
Oh, Sean, this is a pleasure. Sean hosts one of the best open mics in the city. It's my favorite open mic.
One of the best, I'd say the best.
Hey, I can't, I'm not trying to make any enemies, but
we had a big night last night. It was big.
Oh, man.
People showed up. It was fun. People enjoyed it.
It's a great mic. Funhouse Lounge. You got to check it out. He also hosts Fly Ass Jokes at the Brody Theater.
First and third Friday of the month.
First and third Friday of the month. Sean, man, this is great. So let's find out a little about you. Where did Sean Connery grow up? Ireland?
No. I was born in Minneapolis and lived there for 15 years, and my parents got divorced, and we moved out to Oregon. And so I moved all over Oregon. I lived on the coast for a bit when I was a kid and stuff. And then went to University of Oregon eventually and got a degree from there.
A duck?
Yeah, fighting ducks.
You might be my first duck I've had on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no funny people there.
No, most of these comedians aren't very educated, so
no,
I'm joking. No, they all
fools.
are. Yeah. And so you moved to Oregon. Were you always into comedy? Were you always?
I always loved comedy. I always did. But I didn't. Like 10 years ago, I was reading the paper, and they were talking about open mics in Portland, and I had no idea that was a thing. And I was like, you can just show up, write some stuff and show up. And so I did that and had a real good time my first time. Several people said you seem to have something there.
Do you remember where it was?
I think it was at the Boiler Room.
Everybody seems to. That's the first stopping ground for everybody.
It was the Boiler Room, and I also it was either the Boiler Room or they used to have a West Side Comedy Club in Beaverton. That used to be kind of a pillar like the community for a bit.
West Side.
Yeah, West Side Comedy Club. It closed down a few years ago. It was really popular. It just kind of was mismanaged or something. It fell apart.
Gotcha.
But
people stopped going to Beaverton.
No, they were making money. It's just they found a way of not keeping the doors open. They had packed houses and stuff.
Oh man,
they were doing well. But apparently there's stuff going on behind the scenes we weren't aware of, and it was such a cool place, and we all hung out there and had a good time.
It seems like Beaverton's almost untapped right now. I don't think
it is untapped.
Yeah, there's no open mics that I know of that are.
I don't know about open mic. It would be a great place to start doing showcases because people will come out for shows out there and they will pay money for it, and they're great audiences. I would do that.
Hey, let's keep this quiet. Let's try and make some money off of it now.
Yeah.
It's always me trying to make a penny off of stuff. Horrible. And so. You're doing open mics. You're finding out that it's something that anybody can actually do. To an extent. And so, did you start getting shows right away? Or?
Oh no! I did not get shows. People hated me. No, because I didn't know what I was doing, and it took me. It was basically with comedy. If you're starting out, usually think about what's funny about you. Like what you do. It's when you were hanging out with your friends, what's funny about you. And with me, my thing is I hang out with my friends. My friend says something dumb, and then I make fun of him. Okay, look. So if I'm doing stand-up, I got to learn how to do the front part of the joke where you do a premise. That took me years. I had a really hard time finding decent premises I could write, and once I did that, I was fine.
Well, I mean, when I see you at mics, you seem to quickly move to crowd work. You kind of know when materials are not going to really work, or at some point you're just like, let's just go into the banner and talk with these people.
Yeah, well that's what I'm comfortable with. I can talk to people and stuff. I did improv for 4 years too, so
there you go.
So I have some of those skills that I got. Those skills cost me way too much money.
Oh, going to classes.
No, I mean I'm not even talking about money, like emotional money. It costs. That is a really, oh my god. I mean, people. I do have like a history in this town of like bad mouthing improv and stuff, and I do love it. But it's kind of like I broke up with improv.
Oh,
a really bad breakup. I love it, but
I've been thinking of getting into a little improv, but part of me is just nervous.
No, I think it's cool, but it's just kind of you kind of have to really watch with who you're organizing, who you were playing with, basically. Really pick those people and be quick to get them out of your life if they annoy you. because they should not be in your. There's some people out there that will suck the life out of you,
Oh.
and just. But most of them are great, and you'll learn some amazing stuff. You know.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of improv, and I don't want to say there's a disconnect between stand-up and improv, but there's kind of a line where people are kind of like,
there is a line, and the thing is, though, I think I blur that line. I use the stuff I learned in improv all the time.
No, you're great on stage. I mean, you seem to be comfortable up there.
I love it. I picked up some really good skills doing that stuff, and strangely enough, a lot of people seem to be completely uninterested in those skills, in getting them or using them or whatever. And you cannot, if you talk to the crowd on a submission tape for a festival, they will not put you on that festival. They do not want to see you improvise, being funny on fuck you, write some stuff. They do not want to see that shit. I've just learned this like the past year or so.
That's really good.
They want to see written material, quick, you know. So, yeah, apparently it's a skill that means nothing, but it seems to do some stuff for me in this town. So I don't know.
No, it's a huge plus. I mean, when I look around, I've been only doing it for 6 months. Let's be straight here. I'm the rookie interviewing an actual comedian who's been doing it, more than 6 months. And I've noticed that certain crowds, they're not going to eat the material up. They love the interaction. I see people like Jake Silbermann.
Oh yeah.
And he's just a master at being able to know when to stop the material.
Comedy is about doing the unexpected thing, and it's like just where you go, this is not working, and as a professional, you kind of go, I'm going to stir this up, and you go somewhere else. That's what people want. They want you to go off the page, do something weird, and that's where it comes from. I mean, there's like you can just. That's the thing. You should have those skills, and I see so many people just. I'm not going to learn how to do that.
Yeah, getting out of their comfort zone.
You should always be doing that. And Jake, when I first met Jake, I was constantly pushing. I knew it annoyed the heck out of him too, to get out of his comfort zone and push. And man, he's getting so good.
Oh, he's amazing, and he's been he opened my eyes up to trying more things, to go to an open mic and not rely on your material. Just go up there and wing it. Try something. Do a riff off the head that you've been thinking about.
Winging is really good. We used to. My friend Dan Weber and I, when we were going to mics, he's fantastic. We would go out to mics and we would do this thing called No Joke November. We just wander up on stage without a joke, and literally, one of us would yell to the other guy what his subject was going to be as he was walking up on stage, and just go up there and try to wing it. And we got material out of that, and we had a good time doing it. Yep. The trick is you have a few bailout jokes. If it goes badly, then go into deception. Don't bore anybody with your bullshit.
Exactly.
You should never bore anybody with your crap. You should always go up there with something. That's good. Write that down.
That is a total. Somebody put that on like a sign that I can put out the front of my house, because that is so true.
Don't that tedious bullshit in your life. Don't bring it up on stage with you.
Oh, I mean, going to these open mics, you'll see it. I mean, 5 minutes or 4 minutes straight of somebody just talking and just getting the crowd to put them to sleep, which that takes skill as well.
Yeah, but it is the thing is like you're being yourself up there, but try to be your entertaining self.
Yeah.
Not the part that's bummed and it's like lives in a hovel in Southeast Portland and cries a lot. Exactly. Don't be that guy.
At first, I think my material, I had 50 setups and 0 punchlines, and that was like my thing was just I get everybody into something, and then it was nothing.
I think that's a common thing that happens, and sometimes it's not a punchline until it's not a setup until it has a punchline, really. So you got to think about it that way. Yeah. So write a ton of setups, and then just like put them in your notebook and like work through it. Part of the thing about doing stand-up comedy is organizing a notebook where you can remember that you still have that stuff and go back and work on it later.
No, that's a big issue. I have bad organizing skills, ADHD to the fullest. I mean, it's crippling ADHD, or it's just me being lazy.
It could be that you smell like weed all the time too.
It could be, that might be, an issue.
hitting the pipe a little bit too hard.
Yeah, 21 straight years I have been smoking marijuana. Yeah, it is definitely something I've been thinking about taking a break from.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm totally going to get into it.
Well, see, the last time I took a break of more than 48 hours, I lost my ATM card in the ATM machine, which I had never known that was a possibility, and the bank said, no, we had to destroy your card. Either way, that's just some people maybe aren't meant to be sober, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna go on like a 1 month hiatus.
Being sober is a good idea. You know,
Yeah.
we've been hitting it really hard, hitting it that hard. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got this is a line where you got to know whether it's messing. If it's messing your life up, then you got to get away from it.
Yeah, you know that's a good thought process. I'm gonna take some time and think about this when I get home today. Absolutely, man. This turned into a whole life evaluating.
I'm more of a philosopher than a stand-up comic.
You know, you are, and I've seen you out there. You make me think at times. I mean, you don't hold back. I've seen you telling Portland to quit fucking phoning it in and I agree with it wholeheartedly. You are a amazing man with just the ability to say what's on your mind. And I think that's a big.
I think it's some of that's like it's just like I mean I think everybody has something to say. And I think you should go up on stage, try to think of what you have to say. It's really important. What really bothers you and stuff, and try to make that funny and important sounding. I like the thing. Hosting Mike has been fun because you can go up there when it's a dead day. Where it's a mess, no one turned up. We have like 15 dudes on the list, and you just go up there and go, look, tonight there is no stakes. We're doing jokes for us. I want to see something cool when you go up there. I want you to fucking try. I want you to go up here. I don't want to, it's sad. No, fuck you. Come up here and make somebody laugh in this audience. You know, and that's where you find out who the badass people are. The people that crumble underneath that mild amount of pressure. I have no time for them. I have no time for them at all.
There you go. And I think, you know what, for me, it was a learning experience of, I think, fear. It slowly, I mean, it broke away, and now I'm willing to try new things, but you scare me, Sean. I mean, it's not a pressure, it's more of like, I don't know, you're so funny, and I kind of relate to your style of material that, I don't know, every time I've ever been on a stage and you're there, I get a little nervous.
Oh, you should never do that. I mean, the thing is, like, I think the thing is I got kind of addicted to like the fears thing that goes on there, and so
there's a rush from that.
I used to surf all the time, and it was like dangerous and stuff, and I almost have completely stopped surfing since I started doing stand-up because I get all the fear that I need from doing this because people are just ready to just be horrible to you all the time, and people are horrible to me all the time, and I don't care. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
People wait until you get older. How old are you right now?
I'm about to turn 40.
No. 40, you get a little bit older, you hit 50, there are people in this town who will just treat you like garbage. The minute they see you, will just treat you like garbage, will just call you out as a piece of garbage because you're old.
Yeah.
Nothing else. People you were nice to will get on the stage and say shitty stuff about you. And that's the thing, is just like it just doesn't, you just have to let it go and just go, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm learning slowly to not give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big plus. I mean, I don't want to hurt people. I'm not looking to offend or
bother.
Yeah.
I think the thing is stir it up a little. If you got a little bit of a thing that stirs it up a little bit, that sounds good. But I think the thing is if it comes from a real place where you're not trying to be provocative, right? But you really, I like it when people work, when they give a damn what they're talking about, and I will argue with people about that stuff, and I'm not going to back down off of it. You know, and I think that in this town, I mean, I hate that when people say you can't say anything you want.
Yeah.
Oh, you can say anything you want, but you better be ready for some consequences.
Exactly.
You know, and if you're badly thought out about what you think, oh, fuck you.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna know right away too.
Yeah, you're gonna learn quick. But it's like spend some time thinking about what you think. Maybe there's something. Maybe you think dumb things. You know, that happens.
Exactly, and I mean, my thing is, I think my writing level is still not at a level that I can turn something that's maybe offensive and looked at as a dark idea into something that's funny. And that's something I'm working on, and every day I'm working on my writing to be funnier, to be able to...
To be honest, it's funny. It's like, I think more I've been getting into comedy, more I'm realizing that it's not really about the I was so focused on setups, that it's not so much the dangerous setup. The thing people want is that really great punchline. And so I don't worry about too much about being edgy. But the edginess probably should be coming. Look at Noriko Ott. I mean, that guy, he talks about mattresses, and then his punchlines are crazy.
Brilliant.
Mattress Ranch. It's all these crazy, it's all this wordplay and stuff. If Ernest Hemingway met Noriko Ott, he'd be like, that's some good fucking writing.
No, he blows me away. That bit he did during the Portland's Funniest, where he was on a road trip and there was a chicken he did like a chicken voice,
Yeah.
and
There's
there's
all sorts of stage performance going on there, and there's great punchlines, great writing, and that's what the goal needs to be. It's like you should be able to pull any dumb thing, and then go off and riff on that, and make some really good choices with your writing, and show that you can like do some acting on stage and stuff. And that should be the goal.
These are great tips, Sean. Man, totally. These are things that I'm going to be soaking in and trying to feed on. So let's talk about Funhouse, or I guess you hosting this, Mike. When did that come about?
That happened. I think it's been 3 years now, and that's a funny story. Because no one wanted me to host anything in this town. No one wanted me to host a goddamn thing. They were like, no. From the very beginning, they were like, no, it's not going to happen for you. And I wanted to host something so bad. And then we had a.
Why is this? You're so lovable.
I think the thing is, I had to become a person that someone would trust on stage. Maybe I was a little bit too wild on stage. I'm going to put it on me and say that maybe I wasn't quite there. But it's strange that anybody can host something at some point, and they were like, no, not you. Wow. And that really hurt. Yeah, I felt really bad about it. And Joe Hieronymus ran the Funhouse.
I was just with him last night.
And he had to go do something, and so he let me host it because he was drunk, And so he let me host it, and it went really well because I was not going to do good at this. And so I went up there, and it really was a great mic. And so he was like, I think he was just tired of it. He was like, you want to take it over? I was like, yeah. It's right then. He was like, and I was like, I'll never give this back to you. They're going to drag me out of that fucking Funhouse. I'm never leaving it. I love that mic.
Oh man.
I love doing it, and there's nothing I hate worse than some guys like, I'm going to be famous in a week, and they give him a mic, and he like just phones it in, and he sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Just dragging his ass up there with his big sad face every day, going, people gave me this mic, and I hate every second of it.
I love this Sean Connery, by the way.
Give me a job where I make $1 million for phoning it in every day of my fucking life. I will never be that guy. I work my ass off with that mic, and it's just funny to me, this like sense of entitlement. It's like, give me a job, fuck you.
I feel like it's just this tough love from you that I missed growing up. My father he just wasn't around much. He was a law school professor and a judge, and yeah, man, you were the father I never had.
I'll adopt you.
Oh, please.
I need shit out.
I need someone to smack me around.
Let's go ride motorcycles.
Oh, let's do it. Let's get some scabs and
bring some beers behind a barn.
That sounds fun.
But I think it is like I think the thing is I got nothing for a really long time, and so when someone gave me a chance, I was not gonna fuck that up, And I had the skills. I built the skills. It was just a matter of someone giving me a chance, and one person gave me a fucking chance. And that's the thing you got to remember too. You might just get one fucking chance.
Yeah, you got to own that. You got to take it and do it 150%. Yeah. No, you've been amazing. That mic. I watch you and. It's your baby. I
love that mic.
Every single comedian in the city knows that's a coveted mic. That's a place you go, and the best of the best comedians are there, and it's where you want to do your best. You just, I don't know. It's always felt like a tough room for me. More of the pressure of wanting to do well there.
That's the thing is I want people to feel pressure to do well. But the thing is though, I like everybody there. There's nobody there I dislike. So I want people to do well.
Absolutely.
And I will, anybody wants like advice or anything, and you take it or leave it. But it's like, I've done that with a lot of people where it's like, I think these jokes you got over here are working. You should go more in that direction than this thing. There's things you can do to improve quicker, and I try to push people to improve as fast as they can.
I've had a lot of younger comedians bring up your name, like Brandon Lyons and Jake Silbermann, as just huge. Kyle Harbert. It's just, you've been a big help to the community, and I think a lot of people don't see behind the scenes how much you actually do. And so I tip my hat to you, and thanks.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing this stuff. I'm never quitting this crap. I there's times where I want to, but it's like, I enjoy this stuff too much. This thing keeps me going. It's a tremendous amount of fun. I learn new stuff all the damn time. I'm getting better.
You're totally getting better, but you're amazing. I go out to shows, and I know if Sean Connery is going to come up there, I got to get inside to watch him do his thing, because you blow me away. I really have a connection to your type of humor. I'm kind of an aggressive, in your face at times.
That's the thing about
joke
aggressive
teller.
and in your face. You really do have to build skills for people to think that's acceptable. You know.
Totally. And you got a lovable face. See, I've got this Judas face that just people don't like.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I had a complete stranger tell me that I looked like Judas.
Oh my God!
And it
have you done a joke about that?
that's my big new bit that I've been working on.
It seems slightly like racist.
It does. I think some people kind of, but it was a guy who just said you look like Judas, and as a Jew, I mean.
Wow.
It's
no,
just,
that's a total joke right there. You can
I've been working it. I mean, I've got a face that people naturally just want to punch. But we won't do this. We're not going to waste this joke here. I've got to work on this.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been tough for me. I mean, I think at first in this city, I came off as a complete dick. And
it's hard to not look like a dick when you're doing comedy. It's really hard. You just got to find a way of making that work with you. I mean, none of this stuff is easy. That's the thing. It's the hardest thing in the world. There's a lot of people at the top go, yeah, why aren't you funny? It's like, well, there's people at the top there's some dudes that we know that were just naturals because they grew up. They were the fat kid in the family, and everyone would just get in the couches and the kid would like do a dance in the middle, and you're amazing. Those people have kind of a leg up because they're just ridiculous to begin with, and they just go up there and do a dance on stage for you. I mean, I guess that sounds terrible, but it is a thing that happens, and it seems very easy to them. You know.
No, I see it all the time, and I don't know. I felt I was funny growing up, but I was always, I had this social anxiety, and I never had the confidence, and that's been a big thing in the last 6 months of doing this. That I'm finally building the confidence and learning, what is funny and what works.
Well, the trouble is you got to find out what's funny for you too, because it's different for every person. It's so specific, and you got the stage persona thing. The thing to do is find the stage persona you want to do, and just start with that. Write it on a piece of paper and put it on the wall of your room and look at that every day, because that's where it all comes from, and people have to connect with that stage persona somehow.
Great.
There's got to be a connection there between you and them.
And I honestly don't know if I found it yet. I mean, I'm still early in the game. I'm still searching for what works. So, no, that's a great piece of advice.
It's cool. I'm kind of jealous of this because you look like somebody that belongs.
I don't know about that.
I think that is. I think it's the thing that's like Aaron Klopfer has too, where he just looks like that cool guy that's on the street drinking a coffee.
Aaron's amazing, man.
And I look like the guy that fixes your transmissions. No one wants to talk to that guy.
Yeah. You do look like a guy that fixes the transmission. And I
Yeah.
wanted to bring up something. You are a swordsmith.
Well, I'm not a swordsmith. I've made one sword so far. I do make a lot of knives.
Okay, what would be the proper word? A weapon master?
Insane person.
Insane person.
No, I like working with metal. I've done it my whole life. And the weird thing is, I have a college degree. Never made a dime off that college degree.
Oh,
like the shop classes I took in high school, all the money I've made my whole life has come from those shop classes.
Oh, your stuff is amazing. I've seen your knives and swords.
I
Beautiful
love doing
craftsmanship.
that stuff. I really love doing that stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm probably going to be selling knives pretty soon.
Cool.
It's like it's all coming together. But I usually make like furniture, weird crap like this, and sell it all over town.
No, I've seen you making stuff online. It's impressive. I mean, I know I don't have that kind of skill, and I know my friends, they don't have any of those skills. I don't think they could work a miter saw or know what a rabbit joint is.
There's been a lot of people asking me to start teaching classes on how to do this stuff.
In a second. I'd be
I might do that. I mean, it's like I need to get more money, and it'd be a thing that people need, and it'd be kind of cool to teach people how to do stuff like that. I think, and I'm probably gonna have to rent a shop in town here pretty soon, finding ways of paying for that every month. I'll probably be teaching people stuff for a very reasonable rate.
Well, I will plug your classes for you.
Yeah,
I'll be there. Absolutely.
But it's a fun thing to do. Everybody should know how to fix junk. Why would?
You know what? My dad never changed a light bulb. I never saw my dad pick up a screwdriver in his life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a disappointing.
See, my dad raced
so
motorcycles and stuff like that.
It's not fair. It's really not fair.
Well, I think the thing is you need to be exposed to that type of stuff. Everybody needs to know how to fix a lawnmower. You need those skills, and it's not hard to pick the basic ones up.
I just changed the brakes in my car for the first time. I did it on my
good.
own. It was a man-making experience, or at least it gave me some pride.
I think what it is those skills went away. They stopped teaching them in high school.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens is when you do that stuff, it's empowering. You realize, I could just make stuff myself. I could take care of myself. And I think they wanted to take that away. I think they went, let's take that feeling away from people. And make you feel scared, like you don't understand things around you.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the way I feel when I look at like anything in the car. It just is like, oh, I don't know this. I'll take it to a mechanic.
Everything around you is like magic because you don't understand it, and that's a real sad. It's not a great place to have your mind.
No, it's time for us to turn it around and get back to where we were 30 years ago or 40 years ago. And
a lot of stuff.
They're canceling out like most of the shop classes in high schools these days.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
just
all
got
becoming computer classes.
It's all computer classes. Basically, you learn how to like use commas and use an Apple computer, and they're teaching them how to use consumer electronics. Like that's an important skill.
Exactly.
And all these kids already know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time, and they could teach them how to like. I'm teaching my daughter how to be a machinist before she gets out of high school.
Smart.
Yeah. She'll have those skills, and she'll be able to fall back on if she needs to.
Wow.
I want her to be badass, and she's already there.
Sounds like it. Sounds like she's way ahead of the curve.
My daughter, I took her out shooting bows the other day, and she pulled back my bow, 50-pound bow. She spends most of her day in the backyard practicing punching things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's cool.
That's awesome.
That's
No,
what
she
she
sounds
wants.
badass. Well, man, we're getting close to the end. This has really flown by. I want to find out, where can people find you? If they want to find you on, do you have a website or Facebook?
I have my Twitter. I'm trying to remember how that works.
I don't know, is it some sort of an address, like at Sean Connery?
Yeah, it's like at Sean Connery 6. Is what it is.
Sean Connery 6, Twitter.
And follow me follow me on Facebook. That's where all my events are. And come out to Funhouse sometime and watch it.
Yeah, come out. He's got amazing shows over there. Fly Ass Jokes is, brilliant show. I've been there.
Oh, it's been great.
It's great.
We're trying to do a new show called the Nerd Rage Show out there too.
I think I've seen some stuff on that.
And that's I'm really excited about that. It's a really hard show to book. So you got to book people in pairs to argue. But it's we've had 2 of them already, and they've been fantastic shows. And we're hoping to have another one coming up maybe next month.
Awesome.
Sometime in January, we'll probably have another Nerd Rage show.
Well, Sean, again, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on here and just giving some tips to the younger comedians such as myself, and also just letting the community know about Sean Connery.
I'm very important.
You're amazing. You're a friend. I kind of feel like now I can come up to you and talk to you without being too nervous. And
anybody can always come and talk.
Well, just continue rocking it, because you've honestly become a little bit of a hero for me, just knowing that I can go out there and be who I want to be who I am, and at the end of the day, still get respect and be loved.
Respect. Love.
Yeah, I don't know. We can always lie to ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Tell us.
You gotta love yourself. Someone has to.
Oh, man.